Hi there, these comments are for E. I'm just using the first letter of your name for privacy purposes, and thank you for completing my integrated speaking practice test 1. And I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons for the TOEFL online course called the 7-Step System to Pass a TOEFL IBT. And let's take a look at what you said.
The reading passage and
now in the beginning there, the reading, you want to pronounce that R a little bit more clearly. The reading passage.
the speaking talk about how advertising influence people behavior.
So how, let's go back again to this.
Advertising influence people behavior. So there are two talk about how advertising influence people.
You want to say how advertising influences people's behavior. So when you make influence plural, you have to put that additional ES at the end, which creates an additional syllable. This is called, in the pronunciation area of my course, if you want to review the rules surrounding this particular thing, go to the lessons called syllable division and grammatical word endings.
People behavior. So there are 2 points they mentioned about it. First of all, according to the reading passage, advertising has a political effect.
Okay,
it
good.
says, today we had many TVs and radio, which means
you want to say radio. We have many TVs and radios. So make sure you make that plural.
And radio, which means advertising effect on people's behavior. Moreover, the reading passage suggests.
Now, I think you have not included all the important points in the reading passage, so you want to make sure you have a complete response.
Just that TV commercials and radio ads could convince people to vote for someone they don't know about it.
Okay.
Second of all, according to the speaker, advertising has economic effects.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
The speakers gave an example about how the advertising affect people's decisions. He said that people wouldn't buy products that they are not familiar with. On the other hand,
I would say he says that people will not buy products they're not familiar with. I would use, for TOEFL purposes, when you're summarizing ideas from reading and listening passages, you can use the simple present tense to do that.
They will buy a certain brand. They have seen advertising for it before.
They have seen advertised before. You want to use the ED, the past participle there.
They will buy a certain brand. They have seen advertising for it.
So here's how you have to look at it, that they have seen that was advertised. So it used to be an adjective clause, that or which was advertised before. So if you get rid of the connector that and you get rid of the be verb, you need to stay with the past participle there.
Before. To sum up, both the reading passage and the speaker agree that advertising affects people's decisions.
Okay, good. So I think overall we're in pretty good shape here. I'm going to give you a score in just a minute. Now, in the grammar part of my course, I'd like to have you take a look at 2 areas here. Where is it? This one. Lesson number 3, sentences with participial phrases. I think that's a good lesson grammatically that you can review. Now also, see if I have another one in here. I may not have this one. That's probably good right there. So focus on that. Now in the pronunciation area of my course, I already told you, but let's take a look at it. There are some lessons that you can review or study to improve your pronunciation so you speak more clearly. The one I'd like to have you review has to do with the R consonant sound. This one you're struggling with a little bit. Let me see if I can figure out which lesson that is. Here we go. This is Speak Clearly lesson number 18. And then also you can take a look at these syllable division and grammatical word endings part 1, 2, and 3. This is also going to be helpful for you right now. Now, if you want to get more detail on the actual R consonant sound, you can click on this where it says see and hear how vowel and consonant sounds are produced. So we click on the link in this lesson. And we want to go to consonants. Which one is it? Here, the L and the R, right? I think this is the one that you want to practice a little bit. So you can go to this lesson first. You can see. See that? Now watch how the woman forms it here.
Rope, barren, bar.
So that particular sound you can definitely practice right now. All right, let's go to the integrated rubrics now. So let's take a look at it. Now, if you want to score in the 3 range, I think part of, I'm going to score you in the 2 range, just below 2 here. I think you could probably been a little more complete with your discussion of the information in the reading. Now, probably the biggest issue, though, right now is probably your language use. This is where you're having the most trouble. So you do have some problems with grammar, as I pointed out, and you have some minor problems with your delivery. Overall, though, it was a fairly strong response. I'm going to score you in the high. I'm going to put you at 2.83 out of 4, 22 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Now, for the purposes of our class, so you scored, let's say, here are the percentages that correspond with the integrated speaking practice test. So I gave you 2.83. That's still pretty good. So I'm going to put you at about 95% on this particular assignment. Alrighty? Alright, thank you very much.